Welcome, my friends. This is the first season and first episode of the Sweet Tongue King experience. And I'm your host and truth sayer, Nate Jackson. Thank you for joining. Let's dive right in. Culture has been a tricky topic to pin down, so let's give it a try. One of the major things to address is the people's behavior. The intolerable has become the tolerable. What has happened to force most of us to bend? You know, a man once said to me, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I definitely know what I'm not going to do. To me, that sounds like there's a foundation in place. I comfortably acknowledge there's no shame in raising your kids. It's just what's being taught and by who that's scary. Let me just take a second to thank or to give thanks for having a voice and a passion for civil discussion. Please leave me your comments and I'll make it part of the discussion. Visit, if you will, Sweet Tongue King merchandise and help keep this discussion rolling in style. I hope to navigate a non-offensive thread between the logic and consciousness. Question 1. Why do we charge each other to live on this planet? And what is the alternative? Question 2. With the planet being 3/4 water, why do so many people not swim or learn to float? Question 3. What is a minimum wage when the cost of living everywhere is always on the rise? Question 4. Why are we in space instead of our largely unexplored oceans? Hidden in those thoughts awaken more thoughts. Less discussed to awake the trust we can do better. Subscribe and leave me a comment. Sweet Tongue King experience. In response to charging each other to live on the planet, I think we could get more out of it and deplete less the natural resources if we work together to get more out of the planet. And I don't believe there is an alternative planet that anyone's going to go live on if they don't pay. As for the planet being 3/4 water, I think it is our inalienable human rights all over the planet to learn to navigate a planet that is mostly water and shed the fear of the water. As for minimum wage, when the cost of living is always on the rise, what is the minimum wage for, and who is that, and who does that apply to? In talking to people that live beyond the minimum wage and people that live implicitly lower, it makes no sense to even talk about what a wage is. I think we could get a serious lesson out of class warfare taking us absolutely nowhere but pitting us against each other. As to why we're in space, I understand the infatuation, but I think our efforts would be better spent if we knew what was in our oceans and we knew how deep our oceans were, if we knew more about how the tides and the moon levy our currents. I think that would be a more inept study to then go out of space to study the moon. Hidden in those thoughts are all great thoughts, and I hope to talk to you all and comment. Keep the faith. Thank you.